It's Vitalis. It's a pleasure to meet you again. On May 19th, 2014, Miranda Lambert released a country rock duet with Carrie Underwood. It was called Something Bad. The plot is just something bad happening. They predicted it and they acted on it, as you can see in the clip of the song. Have you ever had that feeling that something bad is about to happen? Or at least, have you ever thought that something bad has happened before your arrival? Sometimes you might come back home and the look in your kid's face, or your little sisters, or your pets or parents can tell you that something is wrong. Have you had that? I have too. Those are human feelings. Some people call them gut feelings, some intuition. If you limit the use of your gut feelings, meaning that you seldom rely on them, you will be fine. But some people just go above and beyond simple intuition and start learning and leaning on the assumptions. Now, last time we saw an uncle who relied on his intuition and assumed that his nephew had stolen his axe. And in the first strategy to identify a problem, we said that we must look at a problem as a thing separate from us. Today, we are going to see the second strategy. Be ready. Strategy number 2. Do not rely too much on your assumptions. When trying to identify the root cause of a problem, you cannot rely on your assumptions. An assumption is something you believe has happened or is about to happen without proof. It's a close cousin to suspicion. Both are strong feelings to have. They can distort our vision and disorient our judgment. Let us take a digression here. When scientists make assumptions, they predict what might happen in the future from the pattern they have observed in specific data that they have studied. They create scenarios and apply their assumptions or predictions to how things are possible to play out should the trend continue. That's why some say that because of human activity on Earth, the temperature in the planet has increased since 1980. For instance, after two separate analyses of NASA and NOAA, NASA, which is National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and NOAA stands for National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, both institutions found that the 5 warmest years of the Earth have occurred after 2010, so they are very recent. Those scientists can, therefore, make assumptions that if everything we are doing right now keeps up adding speed to the trend, in such number of years the Earth will grow hot and become impossible to inhabit. But these are assumptions even though they are based on relevant, trackable data. No one can say for sure that in 2075 or 2100 the Earth will be destroyed by heat. End of digression. The bad news is that when we use assumptions with no evidence, we make it difficult to ourselves to find the root cause of a problem. Now, if we want to solve a problem, we want to know what it is that is causing that problem to happen in the first place, right? So, what do we do to avoid using assumptions against us in a problem-solving initiative? Okay, take a breath. The first thing to do is to acknowledge our assumptions. Acknowledge that you have assumptions. The next thing is to write them down verbatim, the way they come to mind. Then walk from there backward, meaning that we do not bet our best energy on our assumptions. If we do that, or if we don't do that, we will be tempted to take the easy way by concluding on our assumptions and believing that we know what the problem is and what its causes are. Now, having said that, are assumptions always bad? No. Sometimes we find the solution from the very first thing we thought of or considered, and then we walked away from, just to realize that that is where we need to focus. It is wise then to read our list of assumptions that we have written down often, to see how we thought about the problem we are having and know where we are going. In conclusion, assumptions should not be our mode of operation when it comes to identifying the problem that causes a low self-confidence and deciding on a solution. Next time, we are going to see the third strategy to use. Do you have a question, a suggestion, or comment regarding this video, or any issue pertaining to it, or just something you need clarity with? Talk to me by visiting my website www.actonyourdreamtoday.com/contact. If you liked it, please share it with your friends and family members. Peace now till we meet again.